Okay, there we go. Yeah, we're good. Alright. Hey, everybody. Happy. It's Wednesday, right? Yeah, it's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. I hope the day was restful and or productive for y'all. Whichever you needed more. Uh, I forgot to ask about whether or not I was allowed to show off some of the nice art that we got as far as this game goes. At least right now. Haha, forgot. So maybe next week that would be a thing that happens. I expect that this week is probably going to be quieter because, at least in the United States. Okay, yeah, we should be past ads now. I forgot to double check to make sure we were past ads. But yeah, I expect it's probably going to be quiet tonight just because, it's the day before American Turkey Day. So, I imagine people will be busy and all that other stuff. But so it goes. I am not stressing it over much. We'll simply do what we can. Sorry, I'm just grabbing. I'm just trying to grab the that thing real quick for Shoot Lancer. There we go. That's what I was looking for. All right, grab that. But yeah, the plan today is mostly to just work on a title screen and maybe get some switching between the stages going. We officially have an actual what's the thing I'm looking for? We officially have a timeline and schedule and things for Shoot Lancer, which is the game that we're going to be working on today. A lot of that with the co-op has been laid out officially. So now the idea is that during weekly streams, I'm going to be actually hard targeting all the stuff that needs to get done when it is feasible and reasonable to do that. So that's the plan. But for today, at least, I'm intending to try to get what's the word I'm looking for? For today, at least, I'm intending to try to get the title screen working for the most part. Just a basic one, just to load in the level that we have, and then go from there. Some of the other really complicated and more in-depth stuff, I'm not going to worry about just yet. Plan is to sit down and kind of just knock out some of the basic things and sort of go from there. It's mostly the hard part about doing the only part that I think I'm gonna need a little more time to kind of adjust to mostly is dealing with how layouts work in Godot. It's very different process wise as far as doing HUD layout stuff. I've looked into it a little bit recently, but Yeah, a lot of it has just been for my part, like a lot of the like research that I've been doing has been trying to like figure out how to get heads up displays to like get relatively consistent. Sort of figuring that out. Okay. Let's start with that. So we have that. And so yeah, the main thing with Godot in particular is that I'm following most of the best practices with it, which is to try to make sure that, well, I don't think I'm gonna have to use those menus, so I don't need to think too hard about that. Save that one for a little later. Add a child node. We want margin container. Um, uh, main menu margin container, because that's what this is. And then let's see, layout, anchors preset. That's not the right one. So let me take a look and see. Okay, base size for the... Okay, I never set that for this project, which means that I've been working without thinking about that, which is not ideal. So project settings, play window. Yeah, I haven't been thinking about that at all. All right. Yeah, we're not using pixel art, so That's not the plan anyway. And if this turns out to be too big, then I'll knock it down to like 720p. But I have the margin container set up. But the idea is that I'm going to be using this margin container thing and then trying to like build all the other stuff around it. Center. We have that. Beam overrides. Okay. There we go. So the idea behind this margin container is that we set everything about 100 pixels in from the middle, no matter what we do. And that should keep our nice menu stuff like together. Okay, cool. So, right, you see that we have this margin container here, and then we have this VBox container here, right? Sprite 2D over here. Oh, for the VBox container, let's see. Nope. Layout, transform, container sizing. All right. Hey, Stubby, how you doing? Hopefully well. Okay, cool. Thanksgiving dinner tonight? Ordered Peking duck. Nice. That's good. And okay, cool. Oh. Somehow it feels like there's something here that I am not understanding. Bugging me a little bit. let's not worry about that then. The Peking duck, how did it come out? Hopefully well, at least. Oh, it came out good? That's good. Right now, the main plan is to, right now, the main objective is, I'm making a title screen. Um, so at least as far as today goes, because I have, the schedule has been laid out now that we've gotten started. So now the plan is step one, figure out how layouts work in this thing, right? Step one is figuring out how do layouts work in Godot. Oh, I forgot to turn off Nightbot on that front. Hold on, I gotta go fix that real quick. I gotta turn this off, go dig around in the other window and go do that. So give me a minute. I forgot to tell Nightbot that we're not playing Breath of Fire right now, so now it's being silly. Timers, right. I should probably make a timer for Godot, come to think of it. So that that can be running. And I need to start putting the Fighting Friday ones back on too. I keep forgetting about that. But yeah, the plan for today is mostly to try to figure out how like layout stuff works in Godot so that I can properly figure out some things and get that all set and going. The main problem, yeah, like just a basic one. Just B buttons and B button's a panel, and when you hit the start button, it switches over to the test scene. That's the basic idea. Just so that I know how that works. Um, the main thing is just like trying to figure out like Godot's like layout stuff is kind of the hard part. Yeah, because like the main thing is that I don't really have a good metric for how to like actually get the how to get both like a vertical box container and other things to like work quite correctly. And I haven't been able to find a good guide in Godot that just like flat out explains this is how you control this stuff. And so that's Yeah, I don't want to do that in code though. Okay. Okay, y'all. No, this is not exactly helpful. Like, I want to know how to. Okay. All right. Because I wanted to use a container. I didn't mean to press that button. 'Cause the main thing is that I wanted to use a container and just like figure out how to use the containers correctly and do it like that. But this is just like, okay. Yeah, like that's the part that I'm having like. Your control node should always be inside a container. Yeah. Okay. Uh huh. Right. And but I don't want it to do that. I just want it to. Oy. Okay. Margin container. Cool. Center container there. Okay. The margin container is the big one. Right. I just want the title and the three options in. Thank you so much for the follow. Deeply appreciate it. We do keep our follow alerts anonymous so that people can sit and vibe as they see fit. Ideally, if I forget how high I had the settings cranked up, but if you just want to vibe and chill, that's cool. If you want to talk, security stuff should let you through relatively easily if you've got your stuff all if you've got your stuff all set up. If not, you may have a little bit of time before you can talk. I'm pretty sure I didn't set it up too whatchamacallit, too wildly. I should go double check that actually at some point. Let me just go check that real quick, because I looked the other day just to see what the settings were, to see if I put it on anything ridiculous for moderation purposes, and I completely forgot what I left it on. So I'm going to go check that real quick, while I also try to chew over mentally how to like lay this thing out. Okay, no, we're good. Oh, hey, it's Maeve. How you doing? Welcome on in. Okay, good. Then the settings are basically fine. Well, whoops, hold on. Alright, excellent. Okay, I can just close that window and we're good. Alright. Sometimes I have to remember, like stop and just check my windows sometimes because I don't have a third. I used to have 2 monitors, but when I built the Aerial, which is the computer that I use for like development stuff and like gaming stuff now, I had to give up one of my monitors to be able to do a double computer stream setup. So I only have 2, and it's really easy for me to like forget. Right, I shouldn't be right. I have certain things I can't be looking at while we're doing stuff. But yeah, good to have you. Good to have you here. We are just trying to. I'm trying to look through this documentation for Godot to try to make this title screen for this game that I'm working on. We're in a relatively good spot. The problem is mostly just that I gotta get this thing. Okay. That's better. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere now. Because if I do the container for shrink center, that stops that from doing shenanigans. Okay, add. Yeah, I do have like 3 minutes of ad timers running just because like that's the way to like keep them from going like every hour or so, or from going all the time rather. So ad break is happening for a little bit, but I'm gonna keep working, try to see if I can figure out what's going on here. Okay, if I have that, I stretch these minimum sizes out. Okay, the problem is that the minimum size. Okay. That handles that, but it doesn't do... So we can do 200, but the problem is that I don't get... Okay, so we have that. Yeah, the hard part mostly with what I've been trying to figure out as far as this particular project goes is that, so here's the main thing, sort of, because ads should be clear by now, I think, and if they're not, you should be close. Um, the main thing that I've been trying to figure out, as far as the main thing I've been trying to figure out as far as this game, as far as this project goes, is mostly just like just trying to get into a position where point. The hard part mostly that I've been trying to figure out right now, as far as like a lot of what I'm doing with this title screen thing. So, for a little context, I started as a Unity developer, and I can still do like Unity development relatively easily. That's not I'm trying to see if I can get my camera to not do weird things right now and actually keep my face in focus. Right. So I was a Unity developer, still am to a certain extent, but Unity announced a thing a while ago where they were just on some intense, that whole thing got me real fucked up. The co-op that I founded with a couple of my coworkers from the job that I left, that whole thing kind of got us fucked up for a little bit. So the last little while has just been us trying to like find new engines that we are relatively certain aren't going to like completely screw us over. Godot is where I landed because I was like, well, Godot has support for C#, and me trying to learn Unreal is a lot like taking a hammer to the face every day because C++ is a pain. So after a while, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try Godot. Why not? And so that has been my focus. So I basically, what's the word I'm looking for right now? Brain, work with me here, please. Sometimes my brain does this thing where it doesn't quite keep up with the line of thought that I would like, and I have to stop and think really hard about what I'm trying to like get my brain out of. Right. So because I didn't like Unreal that much, I'm like, well, let me pick up Godot because I know that I've tried it before, but I also know that it has C# support, and unlike Unity, like it's open source and it's a lot easier to like fork it and do whatever you want with it if you need to. Like the terms of it are a lot more open. So I'm like, all right, let's try Godot, and it's working out relatively well. But basically, the part that I've been trying to figure out now is mostly just like, how do I get all of this? How do I get all of this shit together? Because the main thing mostly is that for the most part, a lot of the stuff that I was worried about not translating well from Godot to Unity, I've been able to figure out. The one thing that I haven't yet is mostly just what I'm looking up now, which is a lot of the stuff about like UI, user interface control, right? Because the basic idea here is that I'm looking over at this example because what I want to do is I just want a title screen that has title of the actual. Oh, the echo is probably coming from. When is it coming from? Probably the monitor. Sorry, I had a brain fart because I realized I heard myself echoing. I'm like, oh right, that's how I have the audio set up. But like, the idea is that I just want to have. I'll take out the control node and demonstrate the way that I would want this to go ideally, right? If I just ignore the fact that I have a margin container here and I just do it. If I do it like the raw and rough way, we can just do throw this down. We could do like this, and then I need to layout, transform. Why did I make that thing so big? Gosh. Cut 4. Hang on. Cut 4. Oh no, I just gotta scale it down manually, I guess. And yes, like basically in an ideal situation, I'd want it like I'd want like this, right? I do this and then button 2, button 3, take these, put them here, then layout, transform. Well, yeah, because I don't want to have to like sit down and like make individual scenes for each button. That feels like a little off. So, what? 20? Is that too big? That should be big enough. I forget the, or is it? Yeah, I'll do. So come. Can I change all these at the same time? Let's see. Nope. The layout, transform, 100. Probably can't do it for all of them, much as I wish I could. Transform. Did I say this was 250? 250, and then yeah, like if I do it like the quick and dirty way, then ideally what I would want is something like this, right? So if this is 536, I think negative is, nope, I want it the other way around. So 536, we're going to do 586. And instead of 586, then we're going to do 636, right? Whoops. And it'd be something like, clear this out, then we have start, options, quit, right? So if I like do it quick and dirty, I'd want it to be something like this, right? The main issue that I'm having is that if I throw things into the margin container, that gets entirely fucked up because the way that Godot does it is that Godot more or less makes it so that it's like, hey, whatever you put into a container, the container determines the size, which that's the hard part that I'm trying to work around right now because it's one of those things where it's like, right? As an example, I duplicate this one. If I go and throw this into there, right, that button's going to fill this whole thing, which is not what I want, right? Very clearly, that is not the thing that I want. So the main problem is that I have not yet worked out how I'm supposed to set it up such that I can throw buttons into like a margin container, or even like, for example, if I do child node, the box container, right? And the problem is that like you see, like the actual vertical box container, right? I cannot control the size of this thing, right? Like I can't control like I can't control any of its aspects because those are all driven by the those are all driven by whatever the container up here is set up to, right? So, well, I guess I do have a way around it. So I theoretically decide that I don't want or need a margin container, and I just use the vertical box container. I think I can probably force it to like not do weird bullshit. So let me try this real quick. Do this. And I do, what did I say these were? 200. Okay, so if I do vertical box container and I set that size to 200, then okay. All right, I think we're somewhere now, actually, because I should be able to now take these, throw them into here. Okay, good. So do start button, quit button, and then this is options button. Okay, now we are actually somewhere, because I can actually relatively control to some degree, it looks like, how most of these worked. So let me see here. Layout, transform, well, minimum size for each of these. Okay, I think I have it now. Layout. Okay, there we go. Alright, I figured that out entirely by accident, but okay. We can take that, I guess. Okay, good. Alright, cool. Lol, figured that out, I guess. Relative to its containing node, and the vertical box container itself is over there, which means I need to figure out something else. Got to keep it real. Got to keep it. All right, excellent. And I'm pretty sure I don't have a mod, so let me just. Oh, of course, Shark was hiding there all along. Thank you, Shark. Hi everybody. My name is Sean. You can call me that or Eshe. No one can ever know. Thank you so much, CJ, for the 8-month resub. Deeply appreciate it. But yeah, hi everybody from CJ Stream. This should not surprise you, but in case y'all have any newcomers that came with you, hi, my name is Sean. You can call me that or Eshe. I make games, I play games, games make do basically. And today we are trying to fuck around in Godot and figure out how to get layout things to work correctly. Was that a Pink Pig Kamen Rider? Almost, but not quite. So that alert is from Kamen Rider Revice. And the primary theme of those two riders is T-Rex. So the joke is that the one in black that does kind of look like a pig. To make a long story short without getting into spoilers, that character made fun of the person who made the transformation technology, right? So what wound up happening was that in revenge, the person who made the technology was like, okay, fine, you get like a shitty looking costume. So basically speaking, it's like a shitty looking T-Rex outfit, and that's kind of the joke. Don't even have audio on. I just hopped in for something else and tabbed back at apparently exactly the right time. Yeah. But yeah, Maeve, apparently easy. All I really had to do was like throw shit at the wall and yell a lot, and it worked. Which, to be fair, is how I program a lot anyway. But yeah, Kamen Rider Revice is a lot of fun. and I enjoy it. Okay. So, cool. That works. Alright. So it looks like that is the thing. Oh, so when I'm filming, Oh, so when I'm filming, oh yeah, literally, yeah. Like you just kind of throw shit and go like, ah, you're gonna work, damn it, and then that's kind of what happens. Yes, yeah, basically. It took me a second to catch where you were going with that joke. My bad, but yeah, no, Kamen Rider Revice, I like it a lot. So right now we get to divert for a second because that came up. So, 01 Saber. Shit, what was the order? 01 Saber, Revice, Beats, Gotchard is what we should be on right now, if I remember right. So yeah, Revice is like the third series of the Reiwa era. Pretty good. Saber was kind of like, eh. Beats, I enjoyed a lot. Gotchard, I'm behind on, but I really should catch up on it. But yeah, Revice is pretty good. I like it a lot. It was a pretty good show when it was on and doing the run. Texture rect. Grab this one. We're gonna throw the title plate in there. We're gonna do the anchor preset in the middle again, and then I just need to manually scale this shit down so that it stops causing so much trouble. My brain hurts. Layout, transform. You need to be cut down like significantly, please. So like 0.0. Nope, that's too small, I think. 0.05. Okay, cool. No, that's a little too much. So 0.2. Okay, and now the only thing is that I need to actually get this. Okay, but why is the position of the node all the way over there? No, I need you to be like in the actual center, please. Thank you for that, Kettle. Appreciate it. So 0, 19, 20, cut to 96. Nope, that's still not right. There. Fucker. Okay, hold on a second. I gotta. Math is unfortunately not a thing that I am good at, so this is the part where I'm gonna have to probably just compromise. In an ideal world, right, I would have gotten like a vertical box container. In an ideal world, I would have gotten like a vertical box container, hit center, and made it do all that, and we're fine. But since we tried that before and it caused everything to explode, we're not doing that. Title plate. Like, for example, right, if I do margin container. Oh, wait, that it didn't explode it? Why didn't it explode at that time, though? That's probably because of the layout mode that I had. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Did I accidentally figure this out? I might have accidentally figured this out. So if we do 1920 by 1080. Okay. I put the VBox container into the margin container. Nope. That's what I was afraid of. Because then the VBox container stretches all the way out. And that is not the thing that I want. Alright, we're just gonna have to leave it here for right now, because I don't have any good way of I don't have any good way right now of being able to actually figure out how to get the rest of that to work right, which is annoying, but I'm just gonna have to live with it. All right, so let's test this and make sure that I don't explode. Right. Lol, never mind. If I do it, if I make the window at that actual resolution, then that's okay. Hold on. We're gonna have to adjust a couple things because that's big. All right. How we do this? Because if I do the viewport at that actual width and height, then I can't see anything. We're just gonna do 1280 by 720. I think because that should be big enough for me to see what I'm doing, but not so big that I can't do all of that. Which means that I have to actually account for this better. So 1280, 720. Mental note to self, gotta talk with the team about that and be like, hey, so as a point of reference, like this is at 720p that I've been laying all of this out in. Gonna have to remember to bring that up to them at some point. But that is a problem for future Sean to worry about, not present Sean. 400, 450. All right, we'll do that there. Then we're gonna have to. Luckily, that stretch is still there, but now the problem is just that we gotta get right position. Okay, so 20 cut 4. Nope. 20 cut 2. Oh no. Main question is why is nope, don't want to change the rotation pivot. Why are you all the way over there now? Not even mess with that right now. Do that. Top. Right. Okay, sure. We're just gonna leave that as it is. Okay. Okay, good. Yes, I am using Final Fantasy 13 music as filler music because I'm a sentimental motherfucker. This is kind of how I do things. So the buttons don't like actually work yet, but they're here, and that's the important part. This is obviously not like the final logo by any means. I did it up as a concept a very long time ago. When I basically like handmade the font that you see like right here, that it's written in English with. I just mocked it up a long time ago, and I'm just using it as a filler until we actually get like a real one in. Why did you move all the way over there? Oh, I'm in pain. All right, go. Add child node, texture, effect. Layout, form. Alright, yeah, that'll do. Why are you all the way over there? What did I do? Okay. Yeah, this is a little annoying insofar as like I have no idea how to control where the fuck this thing keeps winding up. Why is the rotation point all the way over there? Please don't do that. Oh hell. So yeah, this has been my experience trying to like figure out how like Godot control nodes work in like a nutshell. Um, I have been trying to figure this out for like a hot minute, and I have been having a dick of a time. It's kind of a pain, actually. Um, all right, yeah, close enough. Okay, so let's see here. Um, so normally, if I was doing this in ad break. Okay, okay. I'll give it a minute more and see if ads clear, and we'll go from there. I realized that I do not like talking while ads are going, and then it's like, oh wait, lol, we were in an ad, Lamau, nobody heard that, and I don't. That makes me very sad. Okay, I think ads have cleared. So, the basic idea here is that if I was doing this in Unity, and this is just more of like this is how I would be doing it if I was doing it in Unity sort of thing. With Unity in particular, the way that I would be handling this is kind of like what I'm doing here, where I have a script to manage the stuff for the title screen, and then I assign specific functionality to each button. So, for example, right? So, let's see, start button dot. Right, I need to actually look at how to like assign, because I don't know how to. I should be careful about that, because I was like, yeah, I can just do, and I'm like, right, I don't know how to actually assign functionality to buttons, and I should do that. Okay, cool. Gotta head out. I updated backroom stuff. Anyway, just have a good rest of the stream. All right, later, Shark. Okay, so let's see. Get tree. Yeah, that's from 9 years ago. That does not help. Okay. I don't want to watch a video. I don't like watching videos to learn how to do things. Not because, just because, like,
What up, YouTube?
30 minutes. I just. Pivot to video is one of the most painful things that has ever happened. And it gives me a headache. I just. Give me text documents, please. Okay. And then I think all we have to do is just manually connect it. So if I come over to start button, I can come over here to where it says node. And then on pressed, I can come up to title node and then just do on start button pressed connect. Then I'm gonna do public void on start button pressed start game. So I can technically skip this and have just made it and just linked it straight to the start game, but there may be some things that I need to do when the start button is pressed before I actually like start the game. So that's why I'm doing it like double layered like this. It's so that when the start button is pressed, if there's anything I need to do before I start the game, I can intercept, do all that stuff, and then start the game. Assuming that I made this work correctly. So let's see if I botched this or not. And see if... Alright, we're good. We got it. Good. Alright, excellent. I am very happy about that. So that works. In a very basic sense, it works, and that's cool. So now that I have this, though, now there's one other thing I'm gonna just sit down and like prepare for future me to deal with later. So I'm gonna come over to this thing that I had sitting over here. Do VBox container. The options menu container. Layout transform. Be 250. There's a reason for this. I'm gonna do add child node button. What's it? 200. Hold on. Copy this one because there's just one thing I want to make sure I do right here. Yep. Thank you. This was what layout at 250 okay. They want 250 50 here. We're gonna do 0. All right. So we can do gameplay options. This is for later. Gameplay options button. Audio option. Audio options button. All right, gameplay, audio. So we're not going to actually do anything with this yet, but I'm making this The gameplay audio remap control. So, okay. So hang on. This is language option button. Okay, Jazz Jackrabbit OST. You're a little awkward now. We'll do Toshin then. I think that OST should be okay. We're gonna do. Add option. So this is for later, but I want to make the options menu a separate little chunk here because I want to be able to like reuse that across like the pause menu, HUD and stuff eventually when I get to it. Because functionally, right, this options menu is the same as the options menu that would be used on the title screen, right? So title screen menu. So in a theoretical, much later down the line thing, right, when I'm ready to actually have this options button do options button things, I am going to want to what's the word I'm looking for? I'm gonna want to just be able to take this one options menu and reuse it in a bunch of different places. So I'm just making a scene for it and putting it off to the side for when I'm ready to like sit down and go through that. But for right now, not really worried about it per se. Because we have the main functionality that I wanted. We're not done with stream, obviously, but I have the main functionality that I wanted, which is, well, first of all, let me go project settings. Application, config, run. We're not doing test anymore. It's title screen is the main. Flash is that. Window, mouse cursor. Buses are already set up. There's some stuff about localization that I'm not looking into yet, and we're not dealing with that yet. That's fine. Cool. So there's one thing I can do though. Since now I at least know how this works, what I can do now is we can take this a step further. I can come over here. I can do this and just do button. Because here's my line of thought now. I would like all my buttons to have a very similar behavior in terms of like, oh yeah, you mouse over them, they do a thing. What we're gonna do here real quick is I'm gonna make just this one button right here, right? Come to layout. I'm gonna do 250 because this is the size that you want the button to be at, and now it's 250, and that's fine and it does all that. Cool. Localization, auto translate. Cool. If any text should automatically, yeah, which makes sense. All right. So now the real thing that we're gonna want to do here, though, is but there's probably a thing. There's probably a thing that button groups do, and I don't know what that is, so I'm not going to touch that right now. So we're going to do button. I'm going to do add child node. I'm going to do text direct. This thing, let's see, layout, out of regular control, use anchors and the rectangle for positioning. Okay. do 50 by 50, right? I'm gonna put this another 50 pixels behind, because here is my idea. We have the button and we have the pointer. Then below the pointer, we also have add child node. We're gonna do audio stream player, and we're going to do select sound. Actually, hold on. Change type. Maybe it's a texture button that we want instead. No, probably not. Hold on. Change type. We're just gonna put it back to button. Curious about something. Yeah, we're just gonna do that. So pointer and then node. Let's see. Okay. Do I have? Don't probably. All right. We're just gonna do for right now because I don't feel like making a sprite for it. Textures there. You're gonna be 50 and 50. You're gonna be 50 and 50 because I said so. Or you're not because you don't want to be. Okay, fine, whatever. All right, hold on a sec. Yes, we get to make one of these. 50. Okay. Hang on, give me 1 second. Let me just double check to make sure that if I save this, it's not going to go save it in a weird spot. Okay, yeah, we're good. Again, this is one of those things where there are times where it's like, I wish I had another monitor. Because like sometimes if I'm working on other stuff, sometimes it's like, well, file history shenanigans. And it's like, well, there's certain things that y'all don't need to see on the back end. And I have to double check it sometimes. So if I switch over to this screen, it's just because I'm like fiddling around on the back end with stuff to make sure that we don't get any shenanigans with stuff that y'all shouldn't see. Game projects, documentation, this, image resources. Okay, good. That should avoid any shenanigans, I think. I think those, put this to 50, 50. Grab this rotation, do that. Stroke. We want that one. Then we're gonna do, that should be enough for now. File. Document setup. Color, transparent background. Okay, cool. Okay, so we have that. And now export. Good. Grab this one, grab this one, this one. Add sprites. We want this. So Hang on, just gonna dig up some other sound resources real quick. Just dig up some sound resources real quick from one of my other projects. So just gotta do the hide thing again while I go dig through some of that. Game projects. Yeah, should be Enviro Core Busters assets. Versus audio, sound effects. Cancel, UI select, UI submit, and that should be fine. So we're gonna do that. And jump back a couple. Yeah. At some point, once I'm back working in a job and I get a third monitor, a lot of this will be a lot less complicated to jump through, because it just means I can do other stuff on like the third monitor. But I need to like move stuff over without having to worry about like getting the streams crossed in a way that they shouldn't be. Sounds. I'm gonna just do guys submit over here. Hold on. I botched that a little. So I'm gonna save that scene real quick. I should be able to rename it now, hopefully without everything exploding. So HUD. Okay, good. We have that now. All right, cool. Audio stream. We're going to set up this function called public void on button pressed. Wrong one. Need audio stream player. That way. Okay, cool. Now, can I do two signals at the same time is the real question. I think I can. So we're gonna try out something a little irresponsible that I probably shouldn't do, and that probably shouldn't work. This is not a thing that I should be doing, but I'm gonna try it anyway because who dares wins. So Okay. Mostly works. The sound effect doesn't play, but we try. Okay, so let's see. On mouse entered. Oh, right, I never set. I forgot to set that up. Okay. And alright, ad should be clear. So the thing I forgot to do, the reason why the sound wasn't playing is I forgot to do this part of the code up here. Which is my fault. But I fixed that now. So audio stream player select sound. And we're just gonna do select sound equals get node audio stream player dot. Nope, not dot. We want to do that. We're gonna do select sound. And then we're gonna do select sound dot play. So here's what we're doing now, right? Pause this over here. Yeah, so basically every time, right? Almighty dang. Hey Yuna, how you doing? Hopefully well. But yeah, now we actually have like, oh yeah, we hover over it, we hit the button, game starts, right? Which is the thing that I wanted this whole time. So I just need to basically the pointer, I need to just adjust it a little bit back. Yeah, see me in action and mostly yell a lot at Godot and be like, Godot, please stop doing these things that I didn't ask you to do. But yeah, accurate. Good. So we have that. Now I can just over here to the title screen, right? And again, the trick here is that we want to take our pardon me a second. Oof. Godot, please stop doing your Godot thing so SJ can do some games. Hey Charlotte, how you doing? But yeah, like we more or less have. I just got to swap out these options and quit buttons now for the actual custom ones that I made. The custom button. Hungry? I don't get to get yelled at about not eating this time because I ate before stream started. I went and said, I'm going to order myself some Chipotle today because I don't feel like making rice. Waiting for Meerkat to be done with it. Options button. And we're going to do credits button. And then we're going to go down quit button. And then we're going to localize each of these here. So options, credits. So yeah, none of these other buttons are going to work yet, aside from the start button, and that's on purpose. Right now, I'm just kind of like just making sure that we have those laid out. What debugger? What are you yelling about? Title screen ready. Oh, that's why. So somehow it's still found, even though I changed the node name, somehow it still found the right nodes to connect to, which is actually pretty amazing because I fucked up the name over here and apparently it still found it. Hey everybody, you want to know a secret? You want to know a secret? I'm about to blow everybody else's spot up right now. Yuna and Ludo Draconis are two of the people that are working with me on Shoot Lancer. So if you're not following them already, you should go do that. That's a thing. Nope, too late. Spots blown up. Right. And then that still works. All right, good. So we are still in that business, but good to see you also, KT. The music, yeah, like literally, I'm literally just like pinching music from Final Fantasy 13 and Final Fantasy 13 and Battle Arena Toshinden for stand-ins until I'm actually ready to until we can actually sit and think about what is actually supposed to go in there. So I can't even claim credit for that. It is literally just filler music that I'm using till we eventually figure out how we're going to handle that. I know that we have a plan for that at some point, but that is tomorrow's problem for tomorrow's us, is basically what I'm getting at. We may have music, by the way. We'll let you know more when I get a response. Oh, yeah, because you did reach out to... How did I forget that that's the thing that they do? I forgot. That's the thing that they do. Assuming that it's the person that I'm thinking of course. How did I forget that? Literally, I knew the person that taught... Uh, uh, I'm laughing because, like, yeah. So, yeah. So, other fun facts for anybody else who doesn't know the lore. I'm not, I might have named the company name at one point before. I'm not doing it now just because, just being prudent. But once upon a time on a funky sunny island, um, Ludo Draconis and Yuna all happened to work at the same spot. Um, I was there before the two of them, so I joke about being the old man in the mountain back when that was happening. I had Wraith Master on the mind. I couldn't help it. Um, but yeah, basically what wound up happening. Oh right, oh right. I forgot that that's also cursed though, because that project wasn't named after the Rave Master, after the line from the Rave Master opening, but I forgot that was a thing. Oh my god, that's fucking cursed. Anyway, um, we can't. But anyway, the main point that I was getting at, back on. I know I keep switching between music here and music over there on like the actual from the actual game, but it's because when I'm coding, I want to have something in the background to work, but I also don't want like the game's music playing over that. But I think I might just have to just do that from now on, or we're going to keep missing it. But yeah, the long and short of it is that me, Yuna, and Luda Tucanis, KT, you may hear me call her now and again. Literally, the three of us used to work at the same joint. And so I was teaching, right? And my aspect of it was, oh, kids that are coming into the program, brand new, high schoolers, all that other stuff. It's like, all right, totally free. I'm going to cram Unity and C# into your brain, and you will learn how to make games. So if the person who I'm thinking of that is being contacted the music is accurate, at one point, one of my other coworkers who no longer works there anymore taught this person everything that they know about music. So in theory, if they're the person that is being talked about and they're coming maybe to come do music for Shoot Lancer, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, right? I am not claiming any credit for the music part of how this person particularly turned out, but like, yeah, the full circle effect is very wild, especially because that person understands very clearly that I have so many stories I could tell about my job, my previous job, that I'm not going to, but mostly just understand that every now and again, if I sound a combination of wistful about my old job and resentful about my old job, wistful because the kids were great, and somehow or another, all of those precious darlings were willing to trust me with a lot. Well, all of us in general. We were trusted with a lot with them because they were willing to do that, and I think about the kids all the time, and I wish that circumstances had allowed me to stay and not like have to stare down the very like, if I stay, I'm going to literally burn out and explode. Um, yeah, that is not a thing that I'm happy about. That is not a thing that I'm not happy about the fact that that's kind of like the decision that I had to make, but it basically was, because it's either, yeah, because basically it was either that was basically the position I was put in, right? I was like, I could stay here another X years and like grind it out until we're able to get the co-op going and then get Shoot Lancer going. But if I'd done that, there's a pretty good chance that I would have emotionally destroyed myself and that's no good. So gameplay. Hang on. No, we're not duplicating from there. I want to duplicate up here. Audio, language, remap, previous. And we're going to yank these, do that. Gameplay options button. This is audio options button. Is language options button. Again, like this options menu we're not actually going to use anytime soon, but I'm just making it and putting it on the side to eventually use at some point. Future proofing. Remap controls button, and then menu button. So gameplay options, audio options. How does scene transition work versus Unity? I'll go pull up the code for that in a second. Language options. Remap controls. Previous menu. So this is for future me to have a good time with later. But basically, as far as like switching scenes, I'm not doing it asynchronously yet. I probably should, but right now, like if you do it the quick and dirty way, literally you can just like do this and it works. So I bound this start game function to the start button being pressed. Like the simple and dirty version is literally just this, right? You just do change scene to file, this, bam. I have a transitions add-on that I found that I intend to test tonight before stream is over. But right now we have like, this is just a quick and dirty thing in terms of like... So yeah, for the quick and dirty one, I literally just did that, done. Didn't have to worry about it. Let me see here. Here it is. Okay. Let's try this one real quick. Oh no, it's in GD script. Fuck. It hurts. That's annoying. I'm crying. It's in GD script and I use C#. Welcome on into the Gage Gang. I hope you enjoy your stay. That is actually incredibly appropriate. Godot transitions C#. Because the main issue is that because I don't hate GD script, but the thing is that with GD script, it's like because see, this would be perfect, right? I could just use this for simple fade-ins and fade-outs and everything, and we'd be good. But the problem is that it uses Godot script, and I'm not writing any of the actual code in Godot script. Also, this is like 2 years old and I didn't notice that. Fuck! Godot transition effects C#. Okay. I'm not doing shaders. Wait, hold on a second. Wait. It. Hold the fuck on. Hold the fuck on. Let's make it work. Sure. Alright. Other node. But hopefully you're doing well today, Sasha. Good to see you. Correct. Alright. Let's just fucking do it. Color. Nah, we're doing this old school. Gonna do this, and then. Yep. All right. So we have that. Actually, I should have called it screen transition rect. Is what I should have called it, the same way they did over there. So let me close this, rename it while it's not open. So it's not going to be anything fancy, but it will probably do the job close enough. We do that, and then over here, layout menu is this one, right? Full rect. Okay, and then add child node, animate. Right? That's the thing they said, right? Okay, animation, new. Fade. Out. Add track. What kind of track are we adding? Completely transparent, then becomes opaque at the end. So property track, screen transition rect, color. I'm trying to figure out how they did this thing with like not that many instructions. So screen transition rect. Modulate is there. Okay, and then that's the duration over there. Cool. All right. What is the key for? No, this. So this should actually be 0.5. Yep. Okay. Keyframe. Key here and then here. Okay. Nope. So time 0 is that, and then time 0.5 is that. Okay. Transparent to opaque. So over here we do this. No, I fucked that up. Be opaque over here. Time 0. It should be transparent over here. Okay. Good. Okay, See, screen transition rect, mouse. Ignore. Oh, that actually makes a lot of sense, huh? Because you'd only be fading to one of the... That's actually very sensible. And I don't know why I didn't think of that. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Alright, so we're going to do... Export... String... Target scene... Yeah, yes, yep. I will in fact go hydrate instead of dehydrating shortly. I just got to make sure that I do this or I'm literally going to forget and my brain is going to I'm going to forget. I'm going to get fucked. And I want to avoid that. So we're going to grab this one. Is he right? And I will. So, animation. And play equals get node. Should be this, I think, right? Yep. Okay, hold on. This is gonna be the hard part. I gotta see if there's a way to get yield. Okay. I think a little harder on this now. Okay. And ad break should be clear. All right. I'm going to go get up and get the hydrate redemption before I forget. Because now I'm basically trying to. I count soda as hydration, by the way. So. Whoops. There we go. Sorry. Okay. Put a key here. Key here, and then we're gonna change this. We're not gonna use the fade in one right away. I just want to make sure that we have it there later in case we need it. So now that we have that, we're gonna go back to title screen. Gonna throw in screen transition rect. Okay. Either of those should start automatically. I don't think so anyway, right? Okay, cool. Let's try a thing now. All right. So all right, hold on. Oh, I never set. Hang on. I forgot to set the, If it's like, why didn't it work? It's because I forgot to set the target scene. That's my fault. I didn't set the target scene. Alright, cool. It just doesn't play the animation yet, so I have to get that to work. That said, we are getting the actual thing correct, so... So we're almost there. The main thing is that... So with the thing that we're stuck on right now is that Godot script has a thing where... Godot script has a thing where it has the ability to do a yield on its own. And that's cool. The main problem is that the main problem is mostly that I can't... I can't reproduce that directly in C#. I probably have to use like... probably have to use a coroutine. Maybe a coroutine might do it. I would prefer to not have to do that, but I could either do a coroutine or a tween, I think, and either of those will probably do it. So, alright. Let's see some bullshit. Godot tweens C#. Alright. Alright, so let's try this. Instead of doing all that, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do... Whoop, hold on. Nope, don't do that. Oof. Sorry. I had to just focus face for a second because I accidentally clicked on... I don't want Discord open on... Don't want Discord open on stream. So... Who subbed? Who subbed? Thank you so much for the sub, Tasha. I deeply appreciate it. Yeah, I don't remember before we go back to it. Deeply appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you for the sub. Please enjoy some of the simplest, goofiest emotes on Twitch, including things like Gauge Break and Gauge Max. Always useful for spicing up things. Good luck at work. Thank you for lurking and hanging out. I deeply appreciate it. Words are hard. Right. So I have no idea what I had Discord last open on, and I don't want to find out together because that would be awkward. So I had to just focus face for a second to close that before. Anyway, right. So the thing I'm actually going to be doing now is I'm going to try to use a tween instead of an animation to do a thing. So here's what we're going to do. Keep game. We're going to do this. And then we're going to do... hang on. We're gonna do to get node that. So hang on. Theme property object is, I think we can still do this as a keyword and it will still work. Yes. Okay, so this modulate. Hold on. I'm doing it in the wrong spot. So we want to do it over here. This modulate colors dot transparent. Okay, we got it, I think. Alright, I think we got it. I don't know if this will actually work. This will probably be horribly fucking busted and not work correctly. But let's see. Okay. I have no idea. I have no idea if this is gonna work. Let's Beyblade. Close, but not quite. But hang on a second. It is visible. The problem is that it just doesn't. The color thing is just not where it's working. Or rather, if I turn on the alpha, hang on. 1 second. I need to. Oh, damn it! Discord, you opened up in the background. Hello back. Hello back. The pie filling is done. Excellent. I just realized that Discord opened up in the background, even though I closed this fucking program. I swear to God. Thank goodness that ping was not anything embarrassing, or I would have been. That would have been pain. A friend of mine, or at least somebody that I know, maybe it's a more accurate way to put it, not a friend, because we don't know each other like that. Somebody pinged me with a stream of Yuzuriha from Under Night 2. So I get to watch that later. A pro was just going like, yeah, here we go. I'm just like, yeah! Discord is a functioning program. Yes, it is. But welcome back, Kettle. Hopefully the pie filling went well. Oh, wait. Oh, right. I'm so silly. I told it to do the transparent between the transparent when it was already. Damn, still didn't work though. Okay. It did. I just have to assemble and bake the pie, which I will do tomorrow morning. Okay. Damn, I really thought I had it though. That's a shame. Alright. See. I do remote, title node, screen transition rect. Okay. And if I change it here. Okay, good. The only part is that it just doesn't actually do the thing. Alright. That's the only part. If I can just figure out how to get this to go. Well, really, Kettle, the problem is that with the thing I'm doing right now, and a solution exists in GDScript, but not in C#. So I'm basically, I'm making it work. Object, path, so object, property. Oh. Okay, hang on a second. This is one way to test this, I guess. Hold on. Alright. Alright, gang. It's not perfect by any means. But yeah, I don't want it to actually like go to that though. That hurts. So hold on. Hang on. Let me go to the screen transition rect over here. Come over here. We're gonna do this actually, and leave it at that color. Come back over to the title screen. Good. All right. Run it. Good. Now all we need to do really is export public float. Transition time is 0.5. Well, right now we'll say 2F. And then right now, over here, we'll do... Okay, so hang on a second. We're just going to do colors, default color. All right, close enough, really. Right, and if you do that, then that should actually work. All right, yeah, you know what, whatever. It's fine. We can make this work. And then I just need to I have to rebuild it. What we want to do is scene that we're targeting when this transition is done. The length of the don't need the animation player reference because we're not fucking with that anymore. Not relevant. Don't need that either. Good. And then we can say also public void transition from scene. Hey, Sabira. And then we don't do anything on the callback. Or we can add a public void. Stop it. I'm Fuck it. I can't. I was like, don't you dare, but I can't do it. You got me. Alright, cool. Alright. God. Okay, signals, public delegate void. On transition. Signal for when this transition finishes coming is from gonna do that. All right. Yeah. That's for later. This emit signal thing is mostly so that we know when it's done, like when a transition to a scene is done versus when a transition from a scene is done. We just want to know that for later in case it becomes relevant. That's really all there is to it. I just got to build this again. Transition time. I do 1. We can, oh, hang on. Bump that back. Because now I can go over to the screen transition rect. I can do 1 over here, right? So that's the nice thing about Godot, right? A lot of the modularity that it has set up is very deliberate on that front, and it's very useful. But okay, cool. All right. That basic transition into and out of works, which is all I really cared about, more or less, as far as like today goes. Yeah, that's really all I really primarily cared about. I had to pause for a second because ads are running on Twitch side, but Yeah. So we mostly have the like fading we have the fading mostly working the way that I would like, which is the important part. Is it fancy? Does it do like the nice dissolve and like squares effect and shit? No, it doesn't. It doesn't do that. But I might have gotten an idea. I may have theoretically just thought about what might happen if I took this Godot transitions thing and tried translating it into C sharp. I may have just thought about that. Not as like a thing that is required. Excuse me. Let me see here. That's... Okay, yeah, we should be clear on ads again. So I'm gonna pop over to this HUD scene, and I gotta readjust a couple things because oh no, I already made it do that because apparently apparently past me did actually think of these things in a manner that is relatively significant. Bless him. Okay, I guess for once, I'm not potentially getting into a fist fight with past SJ because he thought of something well in advance, and bless him for that. Right. So, the thing I might have done while the ads were playing, I may or may not have downloaded the Godot plugin that I wanted to use for this, and I may or may not at some point try to dig open the guts of it and see if I can't convert it to C sharp. Because the problem is not so much that I cannot read GDScript in as much as using GDScript is not a hard non-starter for me, but it's enough of a non-starter where I'm like, I could do it, and I could probably figure out how to do it well. The main thing, primarily, is that because I know how to use C sharp better, and I don't want to have to spend a bunch of my time with this. I don't want to spend a bunch of my time with Godot trying to learn GDScript on top of learning the engine itself. I'm like, let me just do it in C sharp and make my life easier. So there's a pretty good chance that given enough time, and if I'm stubborn enough, I could probably figure out how to convert the thing from 2 years ago into an actual into like a C sharp equivalent, and then use that maybe not for Shoot Lancer but for other stuff. But right now, let me see. Chill. No, I was straight up gonna like just outright convert it myself. But if an asset exists that just lets you do that, hold on, hold up, that, huh? No, I was literally talking about like going to like straight up go convert it myself, like to take. Let me phrase this differently. This thing, I was going to download it, and then, um, and then convert it myself. As a, like manually write it and like convert it myself mostly. Um, but a thing exists to do that. Hmm. Take that link, throw it in the. Yuna, do me a solid. Take that link, throw it in the spot. And I will try it on this thing and see if it works or if everything breaks horribly. And if everything breaks horribly, then I'll have to do it myself. But worst comes to worst, I already have, like, we have this and it works. So it's not like it's like, oh gosh, right? I just have to just gonna have to like handle a couple other things to think around it. But functionally speaking, if yeah, we already have this. Worst comes to worst, so a script for a scene for the scene transition rect. All right, there we go. If this if okay, look, should this transition back start out parent or not? If this rect supposed to start transparent, then do then oh, okay, cool. And then right now we don't have any processing stuff going on. Get between modulate. To modulate this screen transition back to its transparent. Modulate this screen. All right, cool. Call the target scene to tree. All right, cool. Handled. All right. Now, roll this one more time. Yep, no errors back there. All right, baller. I'm gonna sit down and like comment through some of my code, make sure that I didn't miss anything. Transitions from one target scene specified in the inspector. Transitions from current scene to the target. Fades. Transitions. Okay, cool. That's handled. I gotta comment the button script up. Okay. So button script for bar. Sound played when this button selected by mouse focus. Sound played when the pointer that goes with. Get the nodes. Not using that one. And function played when press. Function executed. On the button when this button is pressed. Function executed when button gets focus from the mouse. Function executed when this button. This is play the select sound and make the pointer visible. I could also theoretically go right now and go animate the button going in and out if I wanted to. Like that is the thing I could do, but I don't feel like figuring that out right now. So I'm not going to do that. Don't need those. Title screen needs to be updated. Start button. The options button. The quit button. engine rect node. Set up our nodes, right? Our node references for our variables. Don't need that right now. What to do when start button is pressed. C. So I should go over to this one and specify one extra thing. Specified in the transition rects inspector is what I should say. And now we can just yank that because we don't need that. And it should work fine. The bomb exploded before we could get rid of it. But that's fine. Good. Maybe the one last thing I want to do is to try to show navigate buttons. Okay, cool. And that's the last thing I want to do. Just make sure we can navigate the menu options accordingly. Come over here. Title node. Technically speaking, there's a point at which I'm going to have to redo this because ideally, what I'm really going to want to do is at some point, I'm going to want to refactor this to be a lot closer to a state machine for this kind of thing. What I mean by that is that, like, I want to set it up so that the menu, the Ragnarok music is really dramatic and talking over me, so I'm going to pause it for a second. Ideally, really what I want to do at some point is to come back to this with a state machine setup in mind. And what I mean by that is very simply that, like, there is going to be like a little brain called a state machine that will be keeping track of right which menu is currently open, and will like do like a hard kind of lockstep between each menu and keep shenanigans from happening. That is ideally the way that I would like to handle this, right? The main catch to that is that I'll have to like rewrite and refactor all this code at some point, and I didn't want to like dig. I'm just trying to get like the quick and dirty version of a lot of this stuff working so that it just right we can like roll with kind of the basics. But at some point, in order to make sure that this is like actually working in a way that is going to be relatively robust and not full of shenaniganry, I'm going to have to rewrite this as a state machine at some point. Like I'm going to have to redo the menus as a state machine. Like that, there is no getting around that. That is the thing I'm going to have to do whether I like it or not. So Okay, so start button, neighbor bottom is the quit button. No, neighbor top is the quit button. Neighbor bottom is the options button. Top is the quit button. Nope, damn it, I'm backwards. Quit button. Neighbor bottom, start button. Neighbor top. No, actually, I'm super fucked up right now. Okay, neighbor top is the quit button. That's true. Neighbor bottom, the options button. Options button, focus. Neighbor top, start button. Bottom. Let me just do it this way. Credits button. Focus. Top is the options button. Bottom, quit button. And then for the quit button, it should, if I didn't botch it, it should already be, nope, it's not. The quit button, top is credits, neighbor, bottom is start. So this way now the menu should do like a okay, cool. So that mostly works. I just need to adjust project settings input. Okay, fine. Project settings input. Oh, we don't have UI. All right. UI underscore left. Okay, cool. Then where is it? Show built-in actions. That's why. Okay, good. I can get rid of those. I can hide the built-in actions rather. And now we should be able to. Good. Now the only thing we have to do is come back over to my button. There's one last thing we got to adjust. Because you may notice that if I mouse over it, right, the mouse will do the sounds and stuff perfectly fine, right? But then you're like, but then when we like actually like do focus on them, it doesn't work, right? It's because we have to set up these. So we're gonna do. Don't need the advanced stuff. We just need on focus entered. Connect. Yes, I know the line endings don't match. Whatever. Then we're gonna do on focus exited. Connect. And so really on so public void on focus entered. Really just do on mouse entered because it's the same thing. Public void on focus exited is on mouse exited because it's the same behavior, right? If for whatever reason I want to make it different, I can. But in this case, I'm just like it's all the same behavior. I'm just gonna have it point. All right, I just have to set up UI submit UI cancel now. So I'm gonna go to project settings. All right, filter by name UI. Gonna hit Z. Cancel. Rather than change it, I should have added. So here's what we're gonna do also. Well, no, for right now, let's doable. For right now, this is fine. And then we're gonna do all right. And I think that's where we'll hold it for now. So I got a working title screen. None of the other buttons work, but they don't need to. Got a working title screen. It transitions over to the other scene that I want it to. I can set up a fade in proper on the next scene relatively straightforwardly. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. So we're gonna call it there for now because we're at about 3 hours. This is normally about as long as I stream on the weekdays anyway. So I know Shark had to step out, so I will probably run. Let me just run information shit right here real quick so that y'all know what's good. Links. So yeah. Thank y'all for coming by the stream. Next stream is going to be this upcoming Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern time. It's Fighting Friday. We'll be playing fighting games. We don't have any new betas or anything on the rise, so probably we're just going to hit up Street Fighter 6 and see how the Cammy climb goes. Yeah, thank y'all for coming by. So 6 p.m. Eastern time on Friday, 6 to 9 p.m. is Fighting Friday. If you're not into fighting games and you're like, I just want to be here for game dev streams, game dev streams are every Wednesday, 6 to 9. But we also have, if you're into RPGs, we also have the Year of Breath of Fire continuing this upcoming Sunday from 5 to 9 p.m. Eastern time. All that other good stuff. So yeah, make sure you follow, turn on the bell, XYZ. And that's how you know when the shenanigans are happening. But yeah, those links there. Medium, I write game design articles sometimes. Stream VODs are up at youtube.com/SJHDoesGames. You can support me on Ko-Fi because I keep more of that money than I do Twitch subs, but either or is fine. It's never a requirement. Throne has various gifts on there from like silly Kamen Rider Redemption stuff to like things like help Sean get new monitor and things like that. And then my card has all my other social media links and places where I'm active. But really, truthfully, I lurk everywhere except for co-host. Co-host is basically where I'm most active right now. And then, of course, last but not least, I'm trying to see if I can beat the ads for the show up. We don't have a Discord because Discord is a program that works perfectly fine, and there is nothing wrong with it at all. There was most certainly not like a dirty what's his face Clyde bot AI thing sneaking around. Anyway, my point is we don't fuck with Discord anymore. We use Guilded instead. If you want to hang out with us when stream's not running, if you're like I don't want to make another account, you don't have to. Never a requirement. But if you're interested in that kind of thing, we do watch anime on Saturdays and like sit around and shoot the breeze over at Guilded instead. So that's the application link for the Guilded. You can read the rules that are there, put in the right thing, and then you're good to go. Damn it. I was hoping I could talk fast enough to beat the ads. Okay. Let me go look about where we can actually go do that though. While while I wait for ads to run out on Twitch side. Because that is important. Okay. Let's see. Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we gonna go? Important my documents. Okay. Alright, let's go see. Ads are almost done. I was hoping I could talk fast enough to beat them, but I couldn't do it. Alright, let's see here. Tab real quick. Okay. Kenso's still up, but let's see. I think it might be silver. It might be silver that we go see, I think. Because, try. Let me double check and make sure. So this said Confetti, Ilias, Kenzo, and Silverstone. So Confetti might be. Confetti's done. Was I not following Ilias? Or I might have been, and it's just like... Okay, I think ads are clear now. If I can get a thumbs up, from anybody if ads are clear. Thumbs up from anybody if ads are clear. The nice thing about the... the nice thing about the Seri timer is that while it lets me know when they start, I have to manually time in my head when they stop. So sometimes I have to do a double check like that. We're going to go hang out with Silverstone Condor. Currently, they are playing Poems and Codes, unless they're about to dip, which I hope is not the case. Cannot tell, because they're in the middle of an ad. Because right now, I caught their ad break, so I don't know if they're leaving or not, because they've been going 2 hours. So I'm going to double check and make sure that they're not about to dip on us before we head over there. Looks like they might be heading out. So, plan B. Plan B. Who we got? Who we got? Who I trust y'all with? Have you considered... I have... Theoretically. Maybe. Yes. Maybe I have, in fact, considered that. The actual answer is that yes, I did, but I haven't actually put the mental energy into doing that. Have we been in Nestani recently? I feel like we've been in Nestani recently. We have been. We saw him for Scooby-Doo at some point, so I have no idea if Silver is leaving or not, or we'd definitely go by them. But now I'm just sitting here trying to figure it out. Who do I trust y'all with? Or who do I trust to take care of y'all correctly? Yep, I made the right call. Yeah, okay, I called that perfectly well. They are in fact ending. Okay. Now I don't want to throw y'all at League of Letdown. I could swear that we've been in Estani recently. Okay. Let me look at the list again. It might have to be Kensu. Maybe. Or... Hang on a second. Okay, no. No, I know where we're going. We finally get to catch this motherfucker. Let's do it. We're gonna go hang out with Ilias X, who's playing Spider-Man 2. At long last, I finally get to ambush this motherfucker. Let's do it. No, Ilias is somebody that I know from other communities. and I jokingly mess with him a lot by just like whenever I see him in like Pleasantly Twisted chat, for example, I always greet him with an exclamation quote Ilias to like come up with the most ratchet thing that he said recently just to fuck with him. But no, Ilias is a chill is pretty chill. So yeah, he is currently playing Spider-Man 2, like the new Marvel-y one. So we're gonna go watch him go do that shit. If you're trying to avoid that game because of spoilers, now you know this might be your time to dip. Hit him with an SJH says raids when we get in there. Let him know who sent you. Thank y'all for coming by stream. Thank y'all for putting up with like my nonsense and a lot of my yelling and stuff. Whether I see you on Friday or Sunday or next Wednesday, stay safe. Wear a mask. Don't go outside if you don't have to. Be excellent to each other. We're not to bigots, racists, turfs, anti-queer folks, Zionists, or I don't have a fifth right now. I guess people who downplay how strong the characters are in fighting games, they're really annoying. Anyway, till next time I see y'all, whenever that is, take care, alright? Bye.